shiawyn, upper lair I cool, churloch gal gan a vis, palches, slant, school. An rúis se tuitim sias mam chlosan, an viain yn brocht chodoroch, is us a ulk sa vurs sa papach, nam a ver a hula haig. Gwasandanig na réaltan hurst mi, gwasandanig ddian, a sin choleoint fan a ghealach seo, anan craid siachat ar ifrin hyn. Chawsa brostach ag nan blianig, leis saifris siachat ed magi, cho gealri sneach ga chwle iawru, an dor an gŵl, nysid, hiantach, hyn.
The moonlight and the river flowed, and God walked through the garden. A mist came falling down to the ground. I watched it all with no obligation. We stood in the moonlight and the river flowed. Thank you so much.
Hello, it's Paul Eastham here. Welcome back to the Composer Diaries. So there's lots of things to talk about in this this month's edition. I suppose the biggest thing that I did this month was the tribute concert to Canadian singer Mr. Bruce Guthro. He was the former singer of the Scottish rock band Runrig, who I of course had some dealings with. Their drummer used to be my manager for a while, and I was approached by a promotion company in Denmark and asked if I would perform a show as a memorial show to Bruce. He very sadly passed away of cancer in 2023. Originally I said no, and then I thought about it after a while, and my wife, she said, "What the hell are you doing? No, do it." So there's some behind the scenes stuff from the 2 days, which I'll show you here.
There was a boy from Nova Scotia.
All right, so night number 2 in the wonderful Orup Theatre. Just getting ready for the last final sound check. Preparations for the night. So, yeah. Awesome.
Red dark road.
Hear the trickle in your clothes. Blow the dust cake from your nose.
On the winds of a rhyme, with you and your guitar.
Once in a lifetime, you live and love. You die. Oh, the sun goes down. What day can survive? Once in a lifetime, you live and love. Once in a lifetime, you die. Once in a moment, the sun goes down. What day can survive? What day can survive? What day can survive?
One of the great things about these gigs, they were amazing. So we had 200 people each night. When the first night went on sale, the tickets sold out within weeks. The place holds 200, so it's not huge, but it's big enough for me. So I'm more than happy with that. And then they said, "Oh, do you want to do a second night? And if it sells out, then great." So yeah, we put the tickets on sale, and of course the second night sold out as well. It was wonderful. Night number 2, they stuck a USB disc into the sound desk, and I got this email from the promotion guys, the lighting guy and the sound guy. They're like, "Here, we've done this for you." So they sent me this MP3 of what they recorded straight from the sound desk, and I was pleasantly surprised. I thought, like, there's quite a lot of stuff that was useful.
Nice.
So I started chopping it up and listening to it back, and I was like, "Ooh!" So it's just a stereo recording, just the voice and the guitar. I also had a real piano and an electric piano on stage on the night. So I was bouncing between the different instruments. It was a lot of fun, really a lot of fun. And I was really surprised at well, firstly, the way my voice sounded. I was like, "Oh, that's actually quite good." So, yes, I stuck it through one of my new BSS compressors. Thank you, Michael. And when I got it home, and just beefed it up a little bit, just made it a bit louder, and that's what we got. So I decided I'm actually gonna put some of the individual tracks on streaming sites like Spotify, and as you guys know, you patrons out there, you lovely patrons, you guys get them all first for several weeks before they do anything. So that's been really, really good actually. As part of the concert thing, I wanted to record a song. Now, a lot of you guys know, behind the scenes, I've been working on a solo record. I have been for quite a while. And this January, I plan to really start nailing down a lot of the demos on it, just to get things in place. Again, you patrons would have heard all of those. And I had this song in there called "Me and My Guitar," which I was inspired when I got this new guitar, this acoustic guitar, a couple of years ago, and I just started writing, and it was pretty good. And I just left it as it was. It was a folk kind of song. And after they asked me to do these Bruce Guthro concerts, I was still working on this song, but it became apparent that the song lyrics, I started writing it more about him, more about Bruce Guthro. And I thought, this song works better being about him than about me. So I started reshaping the lyrics, and by the end of it, I ended up with a song called "The Boy from Nova Scotia," which was where Bruce Guthro was from, Cape Breton Island. And yeah, I sang it on the night, and it worked out really, really well. So that will also be coming on Spotify at some point. If you're on the WhatsApp group, you guys would have heard that song already. I think I put it out there as a release on Patreon, I'm not sure, but I'll put it again in this month's one. It was an amazing experience. I really, really loved it, and maybe we will repeat it again in the future. As per usual, every time we end up somewhere near Cologne, we always go to this wonderful music shop called the Music Store. I think that's what it's called, yeah, the Music Store. It's like 3 or 4 floors full of music equipment, instruments, pro audio, drums, guitars, bass, pianos, pianos, keyboards, synthesizers, sound systems, lighting rigs, you name it. It's amazing. We always end up going in there. Anyway, I got Finley to try out this tiny little amplifier because I wanted something that I could use in the studio that's small, micro, and kind of really gnarly and aggressive. But also something I could put keyboards through and twist them and overdrive them and distort them. Anyway, I got Finley using his Steve Wilson porcupine tree guitar riffy things to plug in a guitar for me and try out this amp. Check this out. So needless to say, it was pretty cheap, but tiny little thing by Orange Amplifiers. They had the little guitar cabinet that goes with it, and we tried that out as well, and it just sounded like a toy to me. I wasn't too happy with that. But they had this Vox one, same price, a Vox amplifier cabinet. So it's just a cabinet with a speaker in it. And we tried the amplifier out through that, which is what you heard. And it totally blew me away. This tiny little thing, it's called a Micro Terror. And yes, I bought it. I bought the cabinet and the amplifier. Brought that home with me, and it's been amazing actually. Also using it for, I'm putting like Hammond organs through it. So VST Hammond organ, software synth. So it's not a real Hammond organ, but it's a software synth. Driving it through this little cabinet, a little bit of overdrive on it, and putting a Shure SM57 in front of it. So just a mono thing. And it's really nice because I'm able to capture the sound of keyboards in a room. As you know, I've got some quite nice rooms here in my new house where we live. So yeah, fantastic, amazing. On top of that, not so long ago, I decided to search for a certain type of guitar I used to have. And certain type of guitar that I used to have, it's made by a company, or it used to be a one-man show, but it's a company called Gary Levinson. And he did this models of guitars called a Blade, so Levinson Blade. And years ago in England, I found this. There's a brand new one going cheap in a music shop in Southampton. It was called a Levinson Blade Texas Deluxe, and I adored it. And stupidly, I sold it to pay rent. How stupid is that? You know, I mean, I might have starved to death or been on the streets, but at least I would have had a guitar. Mental. Anyway. I found another one here in Denmark. In fact, there's a great guitar shop in a place called Aarhus in Denmark. It's called Woodstock Guitars. Amazing, great people, fantastic service. So I've got this fantastic Levinson Blade Texas Deluxe, and it's beautiful. So I hooked it up to the the Coast Mesa Boogie Recto 25, which is the guitar that Finley's used on all the records and all the live tours. And I've got that in my studio, and it's one of the finest guitar amps I've ever heard. I love it. So yeah, hooked it up through that when I got home as well, and it was amazing. And in the shop when I was trying it out, they had this crazy amp called a Mad Professor. That's also something else I'm going to keep my eye on in the future. So you guitarists out there, if you like guitar amps and you can't afford something like a Mesa Boogie, I'm not sure what the price is of this Mad Professor, but it was amazing, real thick and creamy. Failing that, go with one of those Orange Micro Terrors and a little cabinet. It's fantastic, absolutely amazing.
Never heard of this amp. This is great. This is a Mad Professor made in England. Very nice. Yes. It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
So in September, I was again on the road with Mr. Finlay Wells from Oban, Scotland, and we did a lot of fantastic gigs, and there's some behind-the-scenes stuff here.
Deal of the century, I went to a second-hand thing out here in Denmark. It's called a lopper market or flea market. What was that? Do that again. Do again. Hit it. Push. Yeah, so I picked up a set of these speakers here. Let's have a look. I picked up a set of these. These are AKG LSM 50s. And I saw a pair on reverb.com that were just sold for 5,000 Danish kroners. I got these for 100. It's about, I don't know, 10 euros, something like that. So I didn't know if they worked, and I bought this little tiny amplifier from Temu. Tiny little thing. Just hooked it up. Put this tiny little Behringer synth through it, and it works. Oops. Yeah. I know. So we just, yeah, that's better. So we've just been trying it out, and I don't believe it. It works. So I'm gonna hook it up. So I've got both sets of speakers up there, and I'll have them as a second pair of studio monitors.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our lives, trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever.
Can I get an amen? 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 Good night, God bless. See you next time. Happy birthday to Lily. Happy birthday to you. Where are you going with that? Good girl, Lily.
So thank you once again, my dear patrons. Thanks for all your support, and of course all those of you that subscribe to the Composer Diaries YouTube channel. It's small at the moment, the YouTube channel, and I don't post very often. But when I do post, I'm trying to make it genuine, basically. But to you guys that are keeping my Patreon page afloat, we've got some new people on there as well, so hello to you. Thanks ever so much for your continued support on there. It really means a lot, and yeah, if some way I can help grow that page, it would be amazing, because I do enjoy doing these videos, and it'd be nicer to do more stuff in the studio rather than going out gigging. Then I can at least catch up and have more fresh material out there. So to tip the balance would be really good. So more patrons, yes, that would be good, and of course more people buying CDs and merchandise at gigs and stuff. So thank you ever so much, guys. It's a pleasure knowing a lot of you, and it's yeah, loving this journey so far. So thanks so much, guys. See you next time. God bless you all. Bye bye for now.